Let them speak. Review hours 1 to 34. Please repeat or answer. Are they ever having a good time? How can you tell that they got there just when the doors open to the concert? I bet that they waited a long time in order to be first in line to be able to get there. Did you figure out who all those two girls happened to come with? Doesn't it appear that they may have come alone together? How come you see people there using their phones? Is it something they use so that they can take photos of the band playing? Would they be able to record some of the music while the band's playing? Is there any way that they can stop them from taking videos during the concert? Don't you wish that you could have been there with them? If you had gone there, wouldn't you have rather been in the balcony so you could have seen things better? Had you been standing up there in the balcony, couldn't you have taken better photos? Those two girls must have wanted to be closer to the band, so they decided to stand in front. Is the girl looking at you the one that has taken this photo of everyone around her? I wonder if she told her boyfriend who is behind her not to look at the two girls. Doesn't it seem that he finds them fascinating to watch? Will he be asking them for a kiss too? Wouldn't she have gotten angry with him had he done that? What a stunning image! He sure does catch your attention. I imagine that he must have had one of his friends help him to put on that makeup. Is it something that you could have helped him to put on better? How long would it have taken him to put all of that makeup on? I wonder if the hair on his head is real or a hairpiece. If you got to meet him, what is one of the first things that you would ask him? Would you have asked him why it is that he decided to wear steel chains instead of using gold chains? Wouldn't gold chains have looked better if he had worn those? How do you like the earrings he's wearing? Are they something that you would wear? Does he use the fan he's holding to keep cool, since it's getting a bit hot there now? Have you been able to figure out what the Chinese characters on the fan mean? Are they ever going to get really wet? Would that ever be fun to do? It must not have rained for a long time, so they looked forward to going out to play in the rain. I wonder why it is that they didn't decide to change into their bathing suits. Have you ever done what they're doing? Did they all feel like going out in the street just as soon as they heard it begin raining hard? It must have been a long time since it rained there last. Did both of the boys even take off their shirts to have fun walking around? Which one of them even decided to take off their shoes while walking on the street? Would those kids have laughed at you had they seen you walking around with an umbrella? Have you got any idea if they are going somewhere they can play with some other friends? Who else will be joining them to play in the rain? Is that one boy going to be standing under the water coming off the gutter? Will they be staying out there as long as there isn't any thunder or lightning? How long has it been since it last rained hard there? Would you have gone out to play with them if you hadn't had to work? Is it something that you don't feel like doing now that you're older? Don't you wish that you were as young as they are so you could play like that? Does that ever make me feel sad to see that? Are you used to seeing women carrying guns like that? They must have run out of uniforms to give the women to wear. Were you able to figure out where they happened to be going? Is there any way that they would tell you where they're going? Don't you wonder what they have in the backpacks they're carrying? Doesn't the blue backpack she's using look like a bag you would use when you go to school? If your sister was interested in going to fight like that, how would you feel? Would that ever make me upset? What would you tell her if she was thinking of doing what those women are doing? Those women must be really brave to go out to fight to protect their people. I'm sure it is something they felt they had to do. Do older people tend to like to listen to the same type of music you're used to listening to? How is it that you can tell he must not like what they're in the middle of playing? Did he start doing that just as soon as they started playing? Does it seem that he finds the music they're playing too loud to listen to? Didn't he realize that they played that type of music before he ended up going there? Did you ask him if he wished that they would play softer music instead of what they're playing? Had he gone there alone, would he have thought of leaving right after hearing their music? What type of music that you have heard makes you want to cover your ears like him? Is that something you would do if you heard someone playing things you didn't want to hear? Is there anything your parents tend to listen to that's something that you find worth listening to? Do you sometimes even sing the songs they like singing when you hear them singing? What a colorful flag. Have you got any idea what it is that it represents? When is the last time you had the chance to see a flag like the one you see here? Does it help to represent minorities that live different lifestyles? If you saw someone harassing a minority person, what would you do? What makes people think that they are better than other people with different lifestyles? Do you wish that people were more open to people who have diverse lifestyles? Did you know that this rainbow flag first came out in 1978? Does it represent rights for the LGBT community and the diversity in the LGBT community? Have you ever been to a gay pride parade where you live? How come there are some people that are threatened by people in the LGBT community? Does he seem to be enjoying himself while riding around? I imagine that a lot of people standing on the sidewalk wave to him at the time he passes by. Do people hire him so that they can advertise things they sell? Would you think of buying a hoodie like the one they're advertising? Did you ask him how much he charges to ride around and show ads on the street? Did he tell you that that is the only thing that he does to make a living? What else did he say he has the chance to advertise? Is there anything that he says he's not interested in advertising? Did he tell you that he has a friend that arranges which ads he will show on his bike? Did he say that he finds that it is best for his friend to handle the advertisers directly? Is the thing he enjoys the most just biking around and getting exercise while making money? Does he have any way to light the ads up so that he can bike around at night? What else does he usually end up advertising that makes him a lot of money? Don't you wonder what it is that he does just as soon as it begins raining? Wouldn't it be a lot easier to go around if he had someone make it into an e-bike? Do they ever look like sisters? Did they both come out so that they could demonstrate? It must be something that they're used to doing even when it gets freezing outside. Weren't they able to get their boyfriends to come out with them so that they could protest together? Do you have any idea what all it is that the red scarves mean? Do you feel like going up to them to ask them what it is they are protesting about? Would you find it hard to go out to protest against something? Is there anything that you feel is horrible now that it would be worth protesting against? Which one of your friends would you ask to come out with you to protest? I bet that the place they're standing at is some kind of government building. Do protesters tend to make politicians feel uncomfortable when they demonstrate in public like this? Is there anyone corrupt that you see in the news that makes you want to go out to protest? Do most of the friends that you have tend to be conservative or liberal? Do you prefer not talking about politics with the friends you go around with? Would they find it strange if they found out that you were super liberal? Are they ever good friends? Have they known each other ever since they were real little kids living near each other? Doesn't it look like the one that's in the middle is the oldest? Do the other two holding on to her appear to be sisters? Are the clothes they're wearing clothes that they're used to wearing to school? Did you ask them if they even wear those clothes to go out to play after being in school? Don't their parents make them change their clothes just as soon as they get home from school? Did they say they prefer wearing shorts and t-shirts when they get to go out to play together? What all do they end up playing together, even when the weather gets a bit cold? How many months a year did they say it is too cold to go outside to play where they live? All they do is play inside their houses right as soon as it starts getting cold. Does it appear that he's about to take the test tube out of the glass it's been in? Do you have any idea what it is they placed inside the test tube? Is what they're doing something that you can do at home? Isn't it best to wait until you get to school to try to do this with a teacher there? Did that teacher say that she finds that most of her students are interested in trying to do that? Can you tell whether it took a long time to finish doing the experiment? Right after he's done doing it, is the teacher standing there thinking of getting other students to do it? They all must be anxious to try to do it themselves. Was science something you studied in school that you had fun learning? If you could become a scientist, what is it that you would like to work on? Do you ever watch YouTube to see how other scientists develop new inventions? What is the biggest problem that scientists are about to solve that interests you the most? What is it that you wish you could develop to make life better? Who would feel proudest of you if you were able to do that? How often do you wind up looking at yourself in a mirror every day? Would you feel embarrassed if you found other people were looking at you while doing that? How long do you usually spend looking at yourself in a mirror every day? What is it about your face that you find needs the most attention? Have you been able to figure out how to get rid of all your acne that you sometimes have? Would your mom tell you to stop touching your face right when she saw you touching your face? Did you used to put something on your skin so that it would help to get rid of acne? Is putting medicine on it the only way you can get rid of it? Do you wish you had gone to see a skin doctor so that you could hear what they recommend? Wouldn't that have been too expensive to do? Even though you apply medicine, why is it that acne still keeps coming back? Is it ever annoying? Do a lot of people think that it's not worth putting medicine on it since it doesn't seem to help? All you should do is just try to wash your face often. Isn't it something that mostly goes away by the time you get older? Are they ever having fun together? How can you tell that they aren't sisters? Do you wish you had had blonde hair like the girl on the left playing on the fence? Did you notice that one of the girls standing on the fence is wearing a life vest? Why on earth is she wearing a life vest there? Is there any point wearing it where you see them playing now? Is that what her mom makes her put on, even when the water seems to be shallow? There must be a deeper pool somewhere near where they are that her parents are afraid might be dangerous. Wouldn't they have more fun if they were on the other side of the fence playing in the water? How many months a year are kids able to enjoy playing outside in the water where you live? Do you wish you lived in a place where it was always summer? Wouldn't you prefer being in a place that had 4 seasons? Does their brother ever like teasing them? Did he try getting them wet just as soon as they got near the pool he was filling? The water coming out of the hose must feel really cold. Is that why you see those two kids running away from the pool? Doesn't it look like the little boy wearing goggles got wet before he was able to get away? Can you hear them screaming and telling their brother not to do it? Even though it feels hot outside, doesn't the cold water coming out of the hose make them want to scream and run away? What would his mother tell the older brother holding the hose to do if she found out that he was doing that? Wouldn't she have told him to put the hose down and leave the little kids alone? Would their big brother be able to fit in the pool if he happened to go down that slide? Don't you think it would be much too small for him? Is a pool like that something that your parents bought for you so that you could play as a kid? How long has it been since you've been in a pool that big? Does she ever look like she loves playing in the water outside in the yard? Did she have to bend over like that so that she could get something to drink? If her mom saw her doing that, wouldn't she tell her not to do that? Would her mom be worried that she might get sick if she drank too much of that water? Wouldn't it be okay just to drink a little bit like that? Where else would that child be able to get something to drink? Did her mom tell you that she even likes to go out there to play, even when it begins getting dark? Did you see her mom putting on some suntan lotion on her right before she went out to play? Won't that help her from getting a bad sunburn that would hurt? He sure does love his little sister. Have you got a little brother or sister that you used to be close to, like you see in that photo? Doesn't it seem like they have just finished playing in the water outside together? Do you have any idea how often they have the chance to go outside to play in the water together? Are they about to come in the house since their mom told them it was time to come in to have something to eat? Did she tell you what it is that she made for lunch for them? Is she going to be giving them a cold dessert right after they finish eating? Do you know whether the kids would prefer having ice cream or a popsicle? I bet that they'd prefer having an ice cream cone. When you were a kid, what dessert did you enjoy eating the most? Would you be interested in going out to get some of that with me later today? Is it something that you've loved eating ever since you were a kid? What else did your mom used to give you that tasted sweet that you loved eating? Is it something that you still love eating? Why don't we go out to get some together today when you have time to go? Thank you.